Hi guys, Barbara here. Today's video is going to be a little bit different because instead of presenting just one recipe, I'll be presenting a collection of 5 recipes in 10 minutes or less. You're watching The Bare Pantry Show. So this is what the first quick meal looks like, guys. Doesn't this look fantastic? Now let's begin. I'm starting off with 2 pounds of ground beef, the 70-30 blend, and all I'm doing is using my potato masher to squish the ground beef to make it loose. We're going to use 6 teaspoons of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 2 teaspoons of black pepper. We're also going to be using some tomatoes, cilantro, red onions, and jalapenos. And I just want to continue squishing until all the meat is brown. And then now I'm adding in my wet spice, so to speak. And then I'm adding in my dry spice. It's very simple to make. Now, I want to add some color to this, but I don't want to use our Belizean powder ricotta, so I'm just going to go ahead and add some tomato sauce, 1 8-ounce can, any brand will do. And as a thickener, I'm going to use some cornstarch with a little bit of water. It works way better than making like a flour paste. And we're just going to go ahead and add this to the skillet that's cooking right now. Just a little bit that we need just to thicken it up. And I want this to cook for another 10 or 15 minutes. So I'm just going to add a little bit of water and just kind of turn the fire down and let it continue to cook. I use Bush's black beans, and they don't sponsor the show, but this is the brand that I like for my black beans. And I wash off all the broth that the black beans has on it from the can. I wash it off completely, and then I just dump the beans in my chili. And this is an easy, quick meal to do. And you can eat the chili just like this, or you can eat it with a piece of bread. But I'm going to do it like this today. I get a flour tortilla that's, from the store, put some spinach for some fiber, some cheese. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold it like this. And of course, it's not going to be sealed shut or anything. I'm heating up my little grill right here. And see, the grill has these grooves on it, so it's going to make some marks. And then just close it down and kind of toast it for a few minutes. See, it's hot, it's burning me. And then transfer it to the plate. And it's, it's done when it's brown and the cheese is melted and all that good stuff. So I'm going to clean up my plate to make my presentation. And of course, you want to eat this with something healthy. So I'm putting a salad. See, it's gorgeous, right? Just like I showed you at the beginning. And this has fast become one of our little faves over here at the house. So I promise if you are living alone, this would be a fantastic meal. Now, Jada got in the kitchen and helped us out. She's using real mayo, Parmesan, cayenne, and a cooked ear of corn. So she's buttering the mayo onto the corn with a barbecue brush. Now this is Mexican corn, okay? Jada loves this. Some Parmesan cheese. This is a snack idea, all right? So she's rolling the corn in all that cheese to make it not go to waste. Some cayenne pepper. And then now it's just a matter of tasting. And she's going to dive in. Now, I don't like anything on my corn, so this is not my cup of tea, but Jada just loves this all the time, okay? And she makes it quite often. Now this scrumptious looking dish I call pizza casserole. It's made with pizza stuff and corn tortillas. Let's begin. I'm gonna make my pizza sauce somewhat from scratch. This is 4 ounces of tomato paste, 1 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. And I say somewhat from scratch because you can see I'm using the sauce and the paste from a can. 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of regular white sugar, a little bit of salt and black pepper, 1 teaspoon of salt to half a teaspoon of black pepper, and a little bit of crushed garlic. Now I'm going to add a cup of water, and if you need a little bit more, go ahead and add a little bit more, okay? Now let me go over to the stove and just let this cook for a little bit, not too long. I just want it to start bubbling, or not really boiling, but bubbling. And then that's when I'll know that this is done. Very simple to make. I don't like pizza sauce from the jar because it tends to have somewhat of an aftertaste for me. We're going to use pepperoni. So let me go ahead and get this open. Corn tortillas, of course, 3 cheese, pepper jack, mozzarella, and sharp cheddar, some pineapple tidbits, and of course some jalapeno peppers. Now you can put the stuff that you like on your pizza because it's going to be a pizza flair to this, okay? Now the sauce is ready. I'm going to use my shears to just go ahead and cut the pepperoni into 4 like this. And of course, you're going to want to go ahead and separate them because they kind of get stuck together. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Don't worry. And because we're using corn tortillas, I'm going to get all 4 of my burners going and just put the tortillas on top. So you can see that I'm using some pretty large tortillas. Use tongs, okay? And don't take a phone call or Periscope during this because you're going to mess up and burn the house down. So here are the tortillas, and I'm only using about 8 pieces, guys, all right? So I'm going to use my little oven mitt here to just go ahead and cut it in half first. Let me shift this and then just go ahead and cut it in half here. So you're going to cut it in 4s just like we did with the pepperoni. And I have this little glass dish here, a Pyrex dish. And I'm just going to layer the bottom with some of the corn tortillas. The reason that we put the corn tortillas on the burners is because we don't want this to get too soggy when we start adding the sauce and stuff to this, all right? So now the next layer is going to be some sauce, and we're just going to use half of it, you know, the stuff that we made, and just kind of spread it out. So you guys get the idea, kind of like building a casserole. So add all the different cheeses, and then of course the pepperoni. And you could be adding mushrooms, black olives, you know, just anything you like, anchovies. I'm adding some pineapple tidbits here, and I'm only doing it to half because, you know, only Jada and I like pineapple in our stuff. The rest of the people here don't like it, so we kind of have to please everybody. So just layer the rest of the tortillas and use up all the rest of the sauce. See, this is pretty simple. You can come in from work and you're tired, and in no time at all you can have this going because it's not too much cooking. Just make sure you have the ingredients on hand first, okay? There goes the pineapples again, and guess what? I forgot to put the jalapenos. So let me go ahead and add these now. So you would have added these to the other layer too, okay? I just totally forgot. Now let me use up the rest of my cheese, and I happen to have these cheese on hand, so that's why I'm able to do this so quickly. And then of course top it off with the pepperoni. I have the oven preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and this only needs to go for about 20 minutes or so. Take a look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? It smells so good. Now let me go ahead and get out the first piece with my little spatula here. See, this is gorgeous. I'm gonna go ahead and have Joshua taste for us. Josh is always the lucky one.
Good stuff.
Here's another snack idea. Get some ginger snap cookies. I made these from scratch earlier today, but you can get a bag from the store and it'll be just fine, all right? Now I'm just going to spread some cream cheese on one piece of the ginger snap, and then I'm going to put another piece on like this to make a sandwich. Now, even if you don't like ginger snaps, go ahead and try this recipe first before you make up your mind, okay? Because something happens to it after we do this. We're going to go ahead and put it inside of a resealable sandwich bag. And I'm only doing 2 because the cookies are kind of big, all right? We're going to seal it shut. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this in the refrigerator overnight. And then the next day, this is what happens to it. It becomes somewhat of a cake, and the taste changes completely. Even Josh likes it, and he doesn't even like ginger snaps. Now, this is another snack idea that I do every day at 10. I get some Greek yogurt, any brand will do. I count out about 15 grapes, and I wash them, of course, and then I put 2 dollops of the Greek yogurt, and this is my 10 o'clock snack. It's a pick-me-up, it's refreshing, and it helps my stomach, and it's very cheap to make. So there you have them, guys. 5 recipes, 2 that go well for lunch or dinner, and 3 wonderful snack ideas. If you like this type of video and would want to see more like this, would you please comment below and let me know? For those of you that have been with me over the past 4 years, you probably already know that I have a playlist here of dorm room meals, so to speak. And those are like quick, you know, recipe ideas, but they're like all individual. This is the first time I did one where it's a collection like this, and actually got it to be less than 10 minutes, okay? So if you want to see more like this, I would gladly make them for you. I got this idea from my friend Mario. Remember when he came a few weeks ago from Fox LA? He's the newscaster or the broadcaster from Fox that came to be on the show with me. Well, one day shortly after that, he was periscoping, and he asked me to give him some ideas as to what he could make when he got home from work because he was going to be hungry and tired. And so I started racking my brain to compile this little list of recipes together, and I'm really glad with the way it came out. So if you like this, please give me a thumbs up. Please share it with your friends and family for me. Please comment below. And thank you so much for picking up my books and visiting my website. And until I see you guys again, take care. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. Please check out my other channels, the Product Review channel, my family vlogs, and Joe's channel. You can find all the links in the description box below.